Do you know what really sucks? Is sitting down to edit your project and realizing that you have gaps in your coverage or shots missing. You need to have a really good, specific, and detailed shot list. Head over to filmmakersecrets.com/shotlist, SHOTLIST, to get a killer shot list template along with some training where I show you step by step exactly how to use it. I have been keeping a secret from you. For the past 2 weeks, I've been working on this. It's actually just a culmination of the last 12 years that I've been doing this thing called filmmaking. Filmmakers have the power to evoke emotion, inspire thought, and drive universal change in this world. Right now, a real seismic shift is happening in the film industry. This is your best chance to join a new filmmaking movement. You have been called to create an everlasting impact with your unmatched, deep desire to tell authentic stories. So how does a filmmaker thrive in an environment that is almost intentionally designed to bring you down? That is the question, and this podcast reveals the answer. Welcome to Filmmaker Secrets. What's happening, filmmakers? It's George VK. Welcome to Filmmaker Secrets podcast, episode number 14. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing amazing. I'm doing awesome. Trying to keep positive spirits up so that the energy is contagious and it translates over to you and makes you feel really, really good as well. Okay, so I have been keeping a secret from you. For the past 2 weeks, I've been working on this, and it's actually just a culmination of the last 12 years that I've been doing this thing called filmmaking. And it's called the Killer Shot List Template. You can check it out at filmmakersecrets.com/shotlist, SHOTLIST. And in the meantime, I just wanted to tell you a quick story of how it came about. About 10 years ago, when I was just starting on this whole filmmaking career, I was in film school and I was on this hunt to find a really good shot list template to use for my projects. But everything that I would find was just very basic, ugly, and after so many attempts of trying to use this garbage, I decided to take matters into my own hands and created my own shot list template with everything that I wanted in it, so that all of my shots were very descriptive, very specific, and that's really important because this is going to be your Bible on set. This is something you're going to reference all the time. And it's going to give you an idea of where you're at in your day, but also how much coverage you still have to get done. And I actually went ahead and recorded a quick little tutorial all those years back showing people how to use my template. And to this day, that video has garnered almost 100,000 views on YouTube. And the comments of gratitude are still coming in. People are using the template. They're having success with it. I've had a professor from film school reach out to me asking my permission to use it in his curriculum. So it's been an absolutely fulfilling process for the last 10 or 12 years, however long it's been. But it showed me the importance of having a detailed shot list. If you do just one thing during pre-production, let it be the shot list. You guys hear me talk about this all the time. The importance of pre-production is that, it's kind of like building a house, right? So the development of our idea, the writing of the script is the soil. It's finding the land that you're going to put your house on. But the foundation you lay down is the pre-production. Then the house becomes your production and post and the exhibition. And the tenants that move into your house are the viewers, your dream audience members, the people that are going to actually watch your film and hopefully enjoy it. And so without that foundation, without the pre-production that's properly in place with all the pieces put together, you can't have a stable house. And there won't be any tenants that move in to a house that doesn't have foundation. So hopefully that analogy makes sense. If you really visualize it, I think it's going to help you and really find the importance in pre-production. And I know it's not the sexy stuff like Going out and running around with a camera, getting beautiful cinematic shots, or the latest and greatest software for creating amazing visual effects. But it's very important. It's vitally important to the whole process of filmmaking, is that preparation. Benjamin Franklin said, failure to prepare is preparation to fail. And I've done a podcast on this in the past where I talk about this importance. But I want to drill it into your head because I realize it's not something that everybody wants to sit down and actually do proper pre-production. You're itching to get on set. You're itching to hold the camera to start creating. But before you can do that, you need to make sure you are as prepared as possible so that you can walk on set 100% confident and know that you are overly prepared and you're ready for all the curveballs that are inevitably going to come your way during production. So, enough about that. Let's get into the shot list. If you do just one thing, let it be the shot list. Now, hopefully you have some sort of storyboard, some sort of visual flow of your film. It's important that it's not just in our heads because it can easily fall apart during the whole process when you don't have it actually tangibly in front of you. So whatever stick figures that you can draw them out, make sure the angles are making sense to you and to your crew. But we're going to start going off the storyboard. So what are all the different ways that we can describe a shot? Well, before we do that, we have to give our shot a reference number, a shot number. And typically that follows the scene number and then the shot letter. So scene 1, the first shot will be 1A, second shot 1B. We move on to the second scene, 2A, 2B, 2C, so on and so forth. And just make sure to avoid the letter I and O because those look too much like ones and zeros. Just a fun little fact from the pre-production world of filmmaking. So then we're going to get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to describe if it's an interior or an exterior shot, a day or a night. Then we're going to start thinking about the distance, the framing of the shot. Is it a wide shot, a medium, close-up, extreme close-up? Make sure that you have a good idea of why you're making that choice, because you have to be intentional in your shot choices. Then we have to describe who's actually the subject of that shot. Who are we focusing on? The character. Then there's the angle, the height of the camera, the lens choice, the equipment that you're using, tripod, dolly, Steadicam, gimbal, slider, all of those things. Talk about the movement, the actual camera movement, if there is any. Make it intentional. Make it purposeful. Is it a static shot and the characters are just going to live within this scene and this camera shot and let them enter and exit as they please? Or are you going to follow them? Are you going to track forward on the dolly? Are you going to jib up on the jib? Make the descriptions very viscerally vivid and simple to follow so that anybody on set can look at that and know exactly what's going to happen. Then we can start describing the actual coverage of this shot. How much of the scene is it covering? We got to be intentional with not wanting every shot to cover the whole scene just to make sure that we're covered, but we're going to be very intentional in the actual sections of a scene that shot is going to cover. So we're sort of almost editing for the production. On production, you can shoot for the edit. In pre-production, we're going to prep for production for the edit. And any kind of notes that you want to put in there, we can create a column for that as well. And then we get into the really fun part of actually scheduling the shot in terms of finding out how long that shot will take on set to actually complete. So we take the script time, the setup time, and the predicted number of takes, plug it into an equation, and we get a final shooting time for that shot. Then we can also add a column for any kind of notes for take numbers, where people can, or your script supervisor or first AD, whoever is keeping track of the shot list and the progress of the shoot, can make notes of the best takes. So I've actually created this shot list template and I want to share it with you. I want you to make use of it. Delete columns that you don't need, add columns that you feel would be beneficial to your particular project, but make sure to make your shot list detailed. So important. Okay, so once again, filmmakersecrets.com/shotlist. Go check it out. The training goes much deeper into the actual process. You'll get to watch over my shoulder as I build a shot list with you. And then I give you a link in that to actually take you over to the Google Sheets where I have the shot list hosted. You just click the button that says use template and you'll be on your way to producing winning films and being overly prepared for your shoots so that you're ultimately set up for success. All right, filmmakers, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for listening. It's George VK. I'll catch you on the next one. Hey filmmakers, really quick, I want you to head over to filmmakersecrets.com/shotlist to get full access to my killer shot list template. Plus there's a training in there where I go and walk you through step by step on how to use the template and make the most of it. So filmmakersecrets.com/shotlist. That's filmmakersecrets.com/SHOTLIST. Go ahead and get it right now. If you like that, then you are going to love my Cine Racing Challenge. This is a 7-day filmmaking competition where your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to write, shoot, and edit a short 60-second film in just 7 days for your one chance to win with over $10,000 in prizes. So head over to cineracing.com. That's CINERACING.com to get registered. Spots are filling up fast and the timer is ticking before the next Cine Racing Challenge launches. So be sure to head over to cineracing.com right now to get registered. I'll see you over there.